The central point is, where you have been in power, what have you done? Have you created the utopia that you promise in your manifesto when you had power? And the answer is, no, you haven't.
Well, let me counter that. It's not an accident, or I'm not pretending that we are the lead voice for nationalism, for republicanism, and for working class and working people in the North. That's the fact. People vote with their vote. And there's nobody, coercing people to support Sinn Féin, or there's plenty of choice, and yet people have confidence in us, and they have confidence in us in the full knowledge of all of those problems because they live with them. Here's the issue. We got government back up and running. We had a mighty task to do that. We had a mighty argument with the Secretary of State and the British Prime Minister in terms...
You fiddled while Rome burned because Brexit was going on, and there was no voice from the Assembly. None whatsoever.
And Pat, can I tell you, the negotiation was between the British state on one hand and the Barnier team on behalf of the European Union on the other. Do you see the rest of it in the middle? And the Scots would tell you this if you interview them sometime and ask them how they got on in Westminster and in terms of their own assembly. They will tell you they were disregarded.
What you are saying is utter nonsense. The fact that you can stand down an assembly, a legislative assembly, so there's no voice on this particular issue for 3 years. I don't care how you needed to bang your heads together, yourself and Arlene and Michelle, to get this thing together again, but 3 years while the existential nature of the Brexit crisis was ongoing and you weren't there.
But Pat, the fact is that we worked very, very hard, and it shouldn't have taken 3 years. I'm not disputing that. Those are years and hours of our lives that we will never get back to get government back up and running again. You are correct in that. But just bear this in mind. The DUP were off paying the political equivalent of the hokey-cokey with the Tory parties in their confidence and supply arrangement. They were so besotted with their sense of power at Westminster, they took their eye off Belfast. That has now changed because the electoral mathematics is different. And I am delighted that we have government back up and running in the North.